Hello everyone, how are you doing? It is JTest ASMR and it is a Wednesday. I'm cancelling the ramble today because it's finally time for that Q&A that I've been promising for months. I found my last bit of extra gum. That's what I will be chewing as I be going through the questions. I said I was going to write it down on a piece of paper. I didn't bother, I just wrote it. I just screenshotted all the questions. And I thought I'd read them out that way. And what I'm going to do is I'm not going to go in any particular order. I got them in. I got like emails, comments, and shit like that. Right, if I have missed out your question, I do apologise. If you could comment down below in the box, and I will answer it either in a comment or I will mention your question on my next video. So this is from this guy here. I don't know if you can see that. Can you see that? I can't see that. I think it's pronounced Kawaro Ramadumu. I don't know. I really can't pronounce that name. I'm really sorry. No, I can't pronounce that. Anyway, I'll turn the brightness up on this phone, man. Okay, so this guy asked me. I assume it's a guy. It might be a woman. I'm not going to. I really don't know. They've asked me 3 questions. I'm just going to answer these questions. If I ever visit the UK, which places should I visit? Well, the thing is, I've been to a lot of places in the UK. It depends what you're looking for, really. If you're looking for scenery and things like that, you'd be looking to go slightly up north, like the Lake District or Yorkshire. Yorkshire's got some really nice landscapes. It's a really nice scenery. So is the Lake District. But then, although I've never been, I've heard that Cornwall and Dorset are really nice places. But really, it just kind of depends on what you're looking for. If you're looking for a really busy sort of atmosphere and skyscrapers and stuff, probably London is your go-to place. Or if you want something quiet, you know, you're kind of looking up there. Scotland is a really nice area. It's got the best scenery that I've seen in a long time. Which I suppose, you know, but Scotland's a nice area, but again, it depends on what you're looking for. The next question is, what are the best money management steps an individual may take to save as much money as possible? The best thing I found, save yourself. You can put it into a bank ISA, but ISAs aren't really giving out too much at the moment. Neither are savings accounts. Your best bet would be to save money yourself and put it away, if you can be trusted to do that. I know someone who have got bonds. I also know someone who's got shares in Santander. and I know people who have got shares in I think it's NatWest, but I don't know how they done that. And I don't know them personally enough to ask how, but they've told me that is what it is. But if you're saving money as an individual, probably best to save a great big amount, then potentially put it in an ISA, and then make the money work for you. I mean, if you're going to put like £5, £10 in, it's not worth it. But if you're going to say like saving, then got sort of 10, 20,000, shove it in the ISA. Even that's not gonna thing. I mean, when I was young, I remember you could put £1 million in the bank and it would work for you. Not gonna happen these days. I reckon you need about at least 2.5 million in the bank these days to make it work for you, so you could comfortably retire and say, "Oh, I don't need to work anymore." That's my feeling on it. I mean, I've got an ISA account, but it's really depends how much you put in there. If you're not, like I said, if you're just going to put a couple of pound a week in there or a month, it's not really going to benefit you. Whereas if you are someone who's like a really likes to save and save and save, yeah, that would be your best bet. Because really, you don't really want to be kind of wasting time on things that aren't going to benefit you. And the last question is, if you had a chance to visit anywhere in the world, where would you go and why? I'm going to be honest with you. I'll be deadly, deadly honest with you. I haven't really got anywhere I said I really, really want to go. There are places I have visited which I would like to go back to. I mean, I've always wanted to visit Ireland. Maybe somewhere like Dublin, something like that. Because they've got some nice scenery there as well. I love brilliant, brilliant scenery. Yeah, Ireland is, I know it's got, sorry about my friggin' hair. I heard that Ireland has got some really, really nice scenery. If you're talking about me going back, I'd like to go back to Spain. Sorry, I'd like to go back to Portugal. Yeah, Spain was quite good as well, and Tenerife. I'd love to go back to them places. They were really, really nice holidays. And yeah, Scotland, I'd like to go back up to Scotland as well, but can be quite chilly, quite wet and chilly and all that lot. So yeah. So anyway, now we're going on to another subby, Foxy Woxy 1581. How are you doing, Foxy? I hope you're okay. You've been commenting quite a lot on my videos. I don't care, people, if they want to comment all the time, that's fine. I really don't mind. I assume it's a lady. So, question one: how did you and Carol meet? Me and Carol, but basically what happened is we all remember the pandemic, and that is why me and my ex split up. basically because we couldn't really see each other. Well, that had a great big chunk of it. The other chunk just her being an absolute head case. I'm not a nasty person, but that was the truth. So anyway, we waited for the pandemic to be over and things like that. Then I went on a website called I think, oh god, I can't remember now. Yeah, I went on one called smooch.co.uk or .com, something like that, and then found out I had to pay. I was like, I'm not paying like eHarmony or whatever. So I found one called freedating.co.uk, and I went on there, and that's where I met my ex. But that's also where I met Carol, and me and Carol started talking on this dating website, and we were just talking at first. And Carol said she wasn't actually looking for anything; she was just on there just to talk to people and see who's about and whatever. Anyway, we ended up actually getting together, even though she said she wasn't looking for anyone. And she didn't live too far away from me, where I was in Kent at the time. So I was kind of like, okay, yeah, that's me. So we met, we got on really well, and that is, as I say, the rest is history. Sorry, I'm getting updates from Shen for some reason. So yeah, that's how we met, and we've been together ever since. Next question was favourite job. I think my favourite job must have been when I was working in the Thai Emperor. In the Thai restaurant. That was probably where I had the most enjoyment of work. It's just a shame it ended so badly with the restaurant basically going under, which ultimately left me to leave because it was a shit show. But yeah, really nice group of people I worked with. Even the chefs were super welcoming. You know, seriously, everyone was sweet there. Sweet. Delivery guys I used to get on with, the chefs I used to get on with, the waitresses I used to get on with, the rest, the other kitchen staff I used to get on with, the manager I've worked for him before. But that was the Indian restaurant. Sorry, the Thai restaurant. I think was the best one I worked for. The worst was Dorothy and Marshall in Bromley. That was worse. Nothing to do with Bromley. I like Bromley, but that shop was just a shit. That restaurant was just a shithole. Probably why it's gone under. Yeah. And the third question from Foxy Woxy is, any place you would like to travel to? I didn't realise that she'd asked the same question. Yeah, as I said in the previous, not really got any place where I mean, obviously there are places I'd like to go. I mean, I said previously, Cornwall and Dorset, I wouldn't mind, checking them out. Never been there. My dad has been to Dorset once or twice. But yeah, not really any particular place that, I really want to go. But yeah, I mean, there's places that, I wouldn't mind seeing. So I hope that's answered all your questions, Foxy Woxy. Next is Ebe22. Ebe is like EAB. I think that's Ebe in it. Ebe22. Some questions from me. Thank you for the funny Asda stories, by the way. You're more than welcome. Okay. So what makes you feel calm / at ease? Well, that's easy. ASMR straight away. Gum chewing, mouth sounds, crunching, slurping, that sort of thing. Not so much slurping, but crunching and gum chewing is the one for me. So that's really the only thing that calms me down if I'm stressed or whatever. Second one, how do I handle stress? I'll be honest with you, I don't really. But it depends what kind of stress you're talking about. If you're talking about stress at work, I don't really handle it too well. That's why I like to work as a team, not individually by myself. I like to be part of a team. In home life, I suppose I don't want there to be an atmosphere. I don't really do well with atmospheres. I try and keep my calm, but yeah, I don't really handle stress very well, I'll be honest with you. I think that's just me. Me as an individual, yeah, stress is not really one for me. If anyone if anyone handles stress, comment down below and tell me how to do it. How to look after your physical health. Okay. Okay. I used to, believe it or not, I used to eat quite healthy, and I used to go down the gym. I started going down the gym when I was in Maidstone for them 3-4 months. I joined the gym down there, and in the morning I was in there doing weights and stuff like that, and in the evening I was doing cardio. I was running machines, rowing machines, treadmills, shit like that. Then I moved to another part of Kent, and I started working out at the gym there. The only problem was it was kind of like £40 a month. But they was like, oh yeah, but you can go in there any time. If you pay £30 or 25, I think it was £25. They said you can go, but it's between 10 and 3. So you can only work out at them times. And I thought, yeah, but I don't like being dictated to when I can work out. If I want to work out, I want to work out at the time I want to work out. So, I opted in for the big amount because I was working at the time. And I took my ex down there once. I took Carol down there once. And I worked out with my brother in there as well because my brother goes down the gym. And yeah, I used to eat a lot of vegetables. I eat a lot of fruit, including fruit juices and things like that. And I used to drink a hell of a lot of milk. So obviously, when you're working out, if you really push yourself, what you do is you rip the muscle. And what happens is you drink milk and things like that, and as the muscle repairs itself, it gets bigger, and that is the key thing I used to do. I mean, I don't actually go down the gym now anymore. Um, I'm looking to get back into it. There's a Pure Gym here somewhere. Oh yeah, actually I know where it is, but it's getting down there and uh, having the money to do it. Because that is quite expensive as well. I think they've got some deals going on. I'll have to go and look at that. But physical health, putting the gym aside, just eat vegetables, just eat fruit, drink plenty and plenty of water, plenty of water. I think on record they say you're meant to drink 2 litres of water a day. Um, I don't drink 2 litres of water a day, but I do drink a hell of a lot of water. Because it's just everyone knows, just not only does it flush your system through, it's also good for your skin, and we all know you can't drink enough water. So that was Eba. I hope you that's answered your questions. The next one is from Lee Croc. I hope you're okay, young man. Just one question from him. What is your biggest dream that you want to happen in life? I think the biggest dream is win the lottery. That's about the biggest dream. I've had my little girl, so she was like, I did want to have a baby at one point. But yeah, yeah, I would say the lottery, and but the problem is a lot of people say that. But yeah, I would love it, and I mean, I wouldn't want millions upon millions upon millions. I mean, like I said, like 2.5 million, I'd be happy with that, because then I could just say, do you know what? I'll just carry on YouTube, and not work. But yeah, that is it. What is your biggest dream that you want to happen in life? I want to win the lottery. That's it. that is just that'd be my biggest dream in life. But like I said, the problem is that's a lot of people's dreams in life. Then I got a message from Zach ML3QU. Hey man, I'm curious as to your career and advice for college and how to stay focused without getting out of hand, if you've ever gone. Thank you. If not, then what helps you stay focused and productive the most? Well, if you're talking about staying focused, like I said, water is very good for you and it helps you concentrate. They do say that classical music is meant to help keep people calm. Like I say, I have my energy drink every morning. I still got some here. Obviously, healthy diet. That is what helps most people stay focused. If you are struggling with that, there are places you can go to. I mean, you might even have to go to a doctor to get checked out. Just to make sure that everything's fine. They might give you some tablets to help you. I'm not too sure. Well, depending what the situation is, if you struggle to focus like I do sometimes, but I don't struggle to the point where I need help. But if you're watching the telly and you're doing something on your phone, you're like my career, I told you about what I've done. And I suppose college is just like going to school. Obviously, you get wrecked with nerves. But the main thing is to keep your focus, keep in the game, keep it real. Um, yeah, so staying focused is obviously paying attention, having a healthy diet, drink plenty of water, um, and really knuckle down hard and go to the best you can achieve. That's the only advice I can offer you. Um, yeah, but I believe it's all about the healthy diet. Because if your body's happy, you're happy. That's the best advice I can give you. I can't give any more um, than that, I think. I'm on to my next questions by Vintage Hope ASMR 2. She said, her first question is, because she's done 4. Do you have any advice for an 18-year-old, something you wish you were told at that age? Save money. Save money. I mean, you know, you're talking to a 39-year-old guy. I mean, I don't act 39. No way you should see me out on the street. I do not act like a 39-year-old. However, I am 39. Some people say, you're aging like a fine wine. I'm not aged. I always think that I am the age I feel, and I feel younger. So, anyway, back to the question. Yeah, save money is definitely. If I would say to her, save money as much as you can, especially in this day and age. I wish I had been given that advice. I mean, I have been given that advice to save money, but I'm terrible with money. But if anyone, like I said, like where she asking that question, I would say save money. Not obviously, I'm not saying don't go out. I'm not saying don't treat yourself. Don't go out with your boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever. I'm just saying save money is, you know, put by. Like, even if you put in, say, 20 quid by a month, £20, you know, £20, it all builds up. So I would say money is the thing. I would also say in life, be careful, because you will meet people who you think are your friends, but then they will turn their back on you very, very quickly. Lots of people know what I'm talking about. You know, I had a friend who I thought was my friend for 25 years. He then suddenly turned his back on me out of the blue. But even then, he would kind of like, oh yeah, I'm your friend, Joe, I'm your friend. He was no friend. He was no friend at all. And it's amazing when people will say they're your friend, when it comes down to the crunch, you'll find out who your real friends are. You know, I went through a very, very bad patch before I met Carol, even before I met my ex. Very, very, very serious, big problem. And there was only one person there for me at the time. And I think to myself, well, you know, you really, really, truly find out who your friends really are when that happens. And also, not everything in life is as it seems. See, a lot of people say DTA, don't trust anybody, but I honestly think that's a horrible way to live. However, you've got to be careful who you trust, and you've got to be careful who you talk to. You've got to be careful who you associate with and who you share your problems with, or any private stuff with. I've had a lot of people come up to me with their personal problems and things that, they've told me, which I'll never repeat again, because, that's just the way I am. But I don't expect some total stranger to come up to me and say, "Well, guess what, Jay? I'm going to tell you my biggest secret," because I'll be like, "Well, don't know you." But I'm talking about people who I've known. So I hope that's so obviously just be careful in life. Try and save money, and just don't be taken in by bullshit, basically. Second question she's asked is, if you had to move countries, where would you move to? I would probably, if I'm allowed to move anywhere, but I had to move out of England per se, I would go and live in Scotland. Purely and simply just because, I said I like scenery, so that's that. And I've been to Scotland 2, 3 times. I mean, I've been right to the very, very top in the Highlands. Yeah, I mean, there are some there's some rough areas in Scotland, but then there's some nice areas as well. I'd like to go to the nicer places. Third question she said is, do you have a favourite type of ASMR that you make? Yeah, gum chewing. Yeah, I really, really enjoy gum chewing videos. Like I said, I do like doing eating and doing other. I don't mind doing requests for people. But yeah, I like doing gum chewing. That's my favourite. And question 4 is, what foods don't you like? Foods don't I like? I have lots of food that I don't like. I mean, when I was talking about fruit and vegetables and stuff, on the fruit side, I only eat apples, bananas, oranges, and grapes. I don't like any other fruit. Apples, bananas, grapes, oranges, that's it. I don't eat any more fruit. So any other fruit I don't like. Vegetables. I'm not a great lover of green beans or butter beans. To tell you the truth, there's a hell of a lot of food I don't like. There's too many to mention. But then there is quite a lot of food I do eat. If you're talking about meals and stuff, spag bowl is probably one of my least favourite. It depends really. I mean, again, I haven't got a favourite or worst per se. But like I said, fruit I'm not very good with. Vegetables, I like quite a lot of vegetables: carrots, peas, parsnips, potatoes. Things like that. I don't like rhubarb. Don't like figs. Like I said, really too much to go through. Really. Oh, I also had an email from someone said, "How tall are you?" I consider 5'5" or lower as smaller as. I consider 5'5" or less as small. Well, I'm 5'10.5". So yeah. So I'm not small then, I take it. I'm, yeah, 5'5.5", so yeah, I assume in their eyes that I'm his eyes, I'm not small. Yeah, that's gonna do it, guys. I've been doing this for 35 minutes. Like I said, if I have missed your question, I do apologize. If I come across it, I will mention it in a previous video. If I haven't answered your question and you are watching this, please comment down below if I missed your question, and I will answer on the next question, or I will comment underneath your comment if it's a short reply. And yeah, I want to thank everyone for the questions. I'd like to thank everyone for watching. This has been the long-awaited Q&A. I've been promising it for months. I was planning to do a live today, but I didn't tell enough people, so I thought to yourself, there's no point going live because no one will come on. But yeah, so thanks for watching, guys. If you could join my channel, either 1 or 2 memberships, I would love you forever. That would be amazing. If you could also subscribe as well, click the bell icon, then you'll get notified when I do another video. If you could click me a like as well, that would be fantastic. And like I said, comment down below if it's another question you have, or I didn't answer your question, or you just want to tell me how you are, that's fine. And also, if you could click that share button, share with your friends and family, colleagues, acquaintances, that would be fantastic as well. And that's going to do it, guys. I'm out of gum, I'm out of questions, and we're out of time. So yeah, thanks for joining me, and I'll see you soon with another video. But until that time, ciao for now, guys. Mwah. Love you all.